Yes, of course.
So yeah, but I understand. And like I think once I went to this place, apparently there's energy fields and stuff, and the wind dropped for a bit, and I could feel like an energy. So I don't know. And apparently, like, my higher self has contacted one of my relatives or something. So I don't know. A lot of it's apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff happens and you don't know if it's real or if it's Memorex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know. But imagine that it is.
Yeah.
Because you could always just pretend like it doesn't matter at all, right?
Yeah.
Like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You can pretend like this is not happening.
Yeah.
Even though it just happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have that option.
Yeah.
And then you have this other option, which is, if this is happening, what does this mean? If I'm, you know, in direct communication with my higher self, and my higher self is communicating all this magnificent information and taking care of me and directing me and pointing me in certain directions and all this kind of stuff, right? The implications of that are friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And by the way, the implications of that are so much more yummy than saying this is not happening.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Absolutely.
And so why not just go with that? I mean, you know, you have the choice. Let me see, do I fast or do I sit down at the feast? It's a hard one, you know?
Yeah.
But you know, you have free will. You can do either one. You can do both. You have permission. Nothing's lost. Nothing's hurt. Either way, you know. And we all
follow it.
Right, and we all do that. We all, you know, there are times when we pretend like we're in the world, right? There are times we pretend like, oh, the world is more important than this, you know, what we are experiencing is not that important, and it's, you know, it couldn't really be real and all that kind of stuff, right? But then when it's happening, we're like, this is friggin' amazing.
Yeah, yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And you can, you know, how you can see how the world and life is sort of woven together in such a magnificent mosaic, you know? And when you're in that vibe, everything feels wonderful, and people react to you in good ways, and, you know, the universe appears to you as the library, you know? So you're more alive. Everybody's life that you touch is more enlivened and all that kind of stuff. But you don't want to have to think. You don't want to do that. Don't do that. Don't, you know, because it's not really happening.
Oh, yes.
Right? It's not real.
And
right?
then you choose, and then it is real.
Exactly. So, yeah.
I really want it to, because, and it's so, life is so much more fun as well. It's so much more interesting when you have that deep perspective, you know? So I'm sick of it. I got so disillusioned, and I'm like, oh, this is reality, and it's just so boring. And I'm kind of sick of it like that. So yeah, you know. But I just feel stuck in terms of experiencing the higher level sort of stuff. Like, you said you had like these awesome experiences and stuff, you know what I mean, when your consciousness opens. How do you do that? I know you said like it's perfect, like it's everyone's path is different.
Right.
But like I don't know how to get out of my head and just, or...
Are you meant to get out of your head? Is that even necessary? I wouldn't even focus on that. To tell you the truth, honest to goodness, I would not give that one more moment of my attention. Because that sounds, even the phrase, get out of your head, is something that somebody else would be saying to you.
Yeah.
Okay? Everybody has their own energy signature, own unique energy signature. Everybody has their own path, right? And you know, there's generalities, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, there are generalities that we can all, you know, agree on, but that's not all there is. There's a vastness that defies generalities, defies definition, even, for this thing.
Yeah.
You know?
But what does that mean? Like, what does this mean? Do you know what I mean? These are just...
What does what mean?
Like what you're saying.
It doesn't mean anything. I'm just babbling.
I'm sorry.
Sentences.
I'm trying to... Like, I'm understanding some of it, and then some of it I'm not. So I don't know. I was just trying to understand.
No. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means that you're on time. You're right where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's all, honest to goodness, it seems to me like it's all about permission. So if I were to say anything that anybody out there in the world that's on, recognizes that they're on the path, is most of the path is about giving yourself permission.
Yeah.
Allowing yourself permission to be who you are, to be where you are, to do what you do, and to do what you want to do.
Yes.
So like painting, giving yourself permission to friggin' make a mistake, giving yourself permission to explore, to expand, to fail, to be afraid, and to do it anyway. So much of what I've done and learned is that, I think a person is as successful as they are willing to give themselves permission to be successful.
I get that.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening.
No, thank you for all the information.
No. Are there any other questions that you have for the group? I don't mind. I love answering good questions.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. I know I'm working through it on my own, and I think I'm doing it. So you know what? Exactly, I'm here where I'm meant to be today, and I just need to kind of chill out a little bit and stop stressing so much that you need to be here by now, and you need to
Okay. The sound of human body hitting concrete.
Oh.
Not a good one. At least it wasn't skull hitting concrete.
Oh, God.
I hate that one. That one is my least favorite.
Have you heard that?
Oh yes, from the inside and the outside. Nobody that's not anything that anybody likes. Yep. Anyway, you were saying?
No, I'm just saying, I'm figuring out things on my own, and I'm asking questions and stuff, but I realize it's all personal. We have our own ways.
That's right. You have your own way and in your own time. You'll do whatever it is that you're meant to do.
Yeah.
If there's any, and not to plug any corporation or anything like that. If you have a question, there's always YouTube.
Oh no, I understand. I look so much YouTube.
Crowdsourcing. Ask the universe. Ask the world. It's really wonderful. I mean, 20 years ago we didn't have that, but so you just had to ask the people in your little circle. But now, you can ask a question and put it out there, and literally in the physical, and somebody has the same freaking question, and they might have the answer too. But what I've been considering, recently, is this past week, I found myself looking at all this media that has to do with, what would happen if all of that was suddenly taken away, because, it is such a tenuous thing. How everything is digitized, like television. And our banking system. Yeah, that would be a general equalizer pretty quick, And the fact that, there's 18 million people here in Los Angeles. And what happens if all of a sudden, the whole digital universe goes poof? Where's the food going to come from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what's going to happen with those 18 million people? If there was let's say there was a solar flare, and it wiped out all the telecommunications, which is kind of a basic EMP, you know, electromagnetic pulse, and it just, you know, fried all the world's electrics right now, you know. In this country, we're pretty screwed over.
Yeah.
You know,
Can you imagine?
we would be, you know, because unless you had an analog radio and an analog radio station and an analog television station and an analog television, you know, how would people communicate?
A lot of people would die.
Yeah, but you know, here's the thing about that. I think about these, you know, these catastrophe scenarios, and you know, there's an assumption. There's been this assumption in the past, you know, couple hundred years, right, since science came into the world, right? That I mean, science has basically been trying to reverse engineer the universe without a creator, and without spirituality, and without religion. You know, I don't mind the fact that they've been trying to do it without religion, but the fact that they've been trying to do it without spirituality is like, you know, trying to sing without a head.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's missing the basic equipment. But anyway, it seems like in that exercise of trying to pretend like there was no, you know, there's no spiritual root to everything, you know, there's this idea that all this stuff that we were talking about, you know, astral projection, and that the astral realms don't exist. Okay, that's science's trip, is that the astral realms don't exist. Okay, the only thing that matters is the physical. There's nothing beyond the physical universe, right? Except, you know, that's drawing a line that the universe doesn't draw.
Yeah.
You know, because it's obvious that the universe is greater than what can be seen.
Do you want to swap as well? Because like the sun's in your eyes. I just like didn't realize. Do you want to? Because I got sunnies on.
You have sunnies.
Yes.
You call them sunnies.
Yeah.
I like that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll turn this way.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right. No. Go ahead and sit.
Oh, okay.
You can keep sitting. I'll
yeah. Sure.
Here you go. I'll just turn a little bit.
All right.
So this is our show. Today is what is it? I don't know. It's Tuesday. Yep, it's Tuesday. August 12th, maybe? Not sure. And this is show number 55. Welcome to the edge, the veritable edge of Western civilization, yet again. Venice Beach, Californication. And what's your name?
Laura.
Laura what?
Laura Papoulias.
What is it?
Papoulias.
Papoulias? What? What?
Laura Papoulias. It's Greek, so like no one can pronounce it.
Papoulias? What?
Papoulias. Papoulias.
Papoulias.
Like swimming pool.
Oh, Papoulias.
Yes.
Yeah. Laura Papoulias.
Hi.
Right here in the house.
Yes.
Or at least in a little box or something, you know? Show 55. 55. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so what are we talking about? We're talking about astral projection and, you know, my usual topics of stuff I like to talk about, which is really apropos given that this is the painting we did yesterday. It's called Open Mind, question mark. Yay! So, now we're, what was it? It's Papoulias.
Yeah.
Papoulias.
Yeah.
Greek Australian.
Yeah, Greek,
Yes.
Italian, Australian.
Greek Italian Australian. Excellent. So, what were we just talking about?
We talked about the technology and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I find interesting is that, you know, this idea that like if there was a catastrophe, you know, the whole idea is that a whole lot of people would die. All right, but then it gets into, I'm good, brother. Thank you. The whole idea is that you know, if you go with a regular science view of life and death, which is physical world is all there is, right? And you know, maybe there's a heaven and a hell, who knows, right? But if you go with that view, then yeah, sure, there's going to be you know, a sudden whole lot of people killed, and that's it, right? You can have a war and kill a lot of people, and that's it. But what people don't realize, what those people that believe in that view don't realize, is that life and death, at least from what I've seen, let's wait till a friggin' noisy person goes by. Thank you, noisy person. On wheels. Friggin' noisy person. Okay. Let's try to get something other than my crotch into the shot. There we go. Hey! David, why are we watching your crotch? I don't know. Why are you watching my crotch? So, the idea is that people that believe in the, you know, the scientific view try to pretend that, you know, this world, the physical world is all there is, right? And what they don't recognize is the possibility that the whole thing is being, you know, is planned, and if not orchestrated, at least planned to the point where free will can have play, you know, can work. And in the event, I mean, just like think of all the life. There are, from what my studies, what I've seen is that people, there are certain entities that help people, individuals, decide specifically how their life is going to unfold. What is the optimum life manifestation for them to accomplish whatever mission they choose to do in the earth plane, right? And those same entities, what they do is they keep track of like the whole soul group and what everybody's doing, right? And so let's say somebody decides, you know, I want to be a fighter pilot, you know, then in order for them to be a fighter pilot, it's got to fit in with what everybody else is doing, right? And there has to be like an agreement. You have to be a lot of agreements made in order for that person to play the role of fighter pilot in this lifetime, okay? So if there's the idea of there being a major catastrophe would require for a whole lot of agreements to be abridged, you know, to be like severed and whatnot, which, you know, things happen, but even that, even the things happening on a higher, even higher level, you know, you have to go through so many permissions in order for that to happen, you know. So because the universe has so much invested, I mean, there's, you know, the 7 billion souls incarnate here, not one of them is here by mistake. You know, and you know, everybody's coming from someplace. You know, I was just going to mention this. There were like the day that I like to mention this. You know, like the day that I was born, August 26, 1957. Right? There were 2.8 billion souls incarnate. Only 2.8, and now, as of today, there's over 7.23 billion souls incarnate. Okay, so like, where did all those extras come from? You know, is there like a soul factory out there? Because not one of those incarnate souls walking around, you know, doesn't feel like they're, you know, self-conscious. You know, I mean, everybody feels that they're conscious.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Everybody's, you know, fully aware. You know, in order to walk down the street, they've got to think that, you know, I'm walking and I'm me and my name is such and such and blah blah blah. You know. Hello, hello.
It's a little bit weird, you know.
It is weird. Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Is that The A's baseball team.
Yeah, I mean,
With a boombox on his shoulder.
I don't know the meaning actually, but
What's
you know,
that?
I don't know the meaning. I mean, the
Yes, of course.
inside meaning, but
But you know.
it was cheap. It was cool. So I bought it.
Where are you from?
Italy, Rome.
From Rome. Born and raised in Rome.
Huh?
Born and raised.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How long you around for?
Actually, we're leaving tomorrow. We're going by car to Las Vegas. I mean, we're in San Francisco before.
Yes.
Good trip.
Yep.
We're in California.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love it. We love this place. Yeah.
Well, thanks for checking out the work. So, anyway, this is what I do usually at 6 o'clock. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it is, definitely.
And then I put some paint on some canvas, and so today, I'm going to work on this piece that I did 2 days ago, or on the weekend. So are you on vacation or something?
Yeah, I'm staying here for a week, and then off to Colorado for 4 months.
For what?
I'm doing a student exchange.
Student exchange?
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
This is my 4th and last year of uni.
University.
So, yeah, I'm
Do
finishing
you call
up
that you're a senior?
there. We don't really call it senior, but, you know,
Yeah, that's
in
what they
America,
call it here.
Yeah.
What university are you going to?
Colorado State University.
In what am I saying? Colorado Springs?
No, Fort Collins.
In where?
Fort Collins. It's like
Fort
an hour
Collins,
north of Denver. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? My friend Ariane Brazenwood is going to be going there for engineering this year.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he just came out. He's 18. Got out of high school. But he's from there.
Okay, it's from Fort Collins.
No, he's
from Colorado.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or I should say, he was born in Key West. His father grew up in Colorado, and that's how he ended up. Yeah.
What's the price with frame?
With the frame, it's $20. All the frames are hand painted by me as well, and they're real glass. 20. And the larger ones, the 11 by 17, those are 35 with the frame. I hand paint all the frames. So yeah, it's very exciting. It's going to the same place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a really good kid.
Yeah.
You really enjoy him.
What's his name again?
Ariane Brazenwood.
Brazenwood. Okay.
Yeah, he's the only one on the planet with that name.
Really? Yeah.
He was named after a character in his father's Astro Fantasy novel. Yeah. So this is the piece that I got going on. I think it was Friday, and today we're going to put some more paint on this baby. Very exciting. Look at this lady with the hat. Very impressive. That's a big bag.
Yeah, I know. I have to keep lots of stuff in it.
I guess so.
Yeah, like beach towels.
It's got a lock and everything.
It does.
Yeah, good for you. So you're going straight to Colorado?
Yeah. Yeah, straight in Monday. I'm leaving Monday. I'm going straight over.
Right.
4 months.
She's fine.
Wonderful.
Cool. Yeah, I'm really excited.
So what's your school though?
The
University.
oh, the
that you
name
go to?
is in Colorado.
No.
Oh, in Australia.
Yes.
Macquarie University.
Macquarie.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in Sydney. So yeah, near where I live.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's great.
Probably can't stay for too much longer. So
What's that again?
I probably got to go soon. Like
All right, you're welcome to leave at any time. You have my permission. Poof. You know?
Yeah. Do you mind if I get a photo with you?
Of me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
That always trips me out. People want to photograph me.
Well, I
What do
enjoyed
you
talking
want
to
to do
you.
with that exactly? Throw darts at it.
Go in my travel diary.
Travel diary. You have
Yeah.
a travel diary. That's
Yeah.
good.
I know, I haven't written in it yet. I'm going to. I only arrived yesterday.
I'll be the
so-
first entry. There's this jamoke.
You should be proud.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'll be on page 1 of the travel diary. Excellent.
I can't even see. I don't know if it's because my sunnies. Wait, it's probably better this way. Okay.
Oh, you want
This way?
one
Yeah,
together?
yeah,
All right.
okay.
Cool. All right, here we go. Your sunnies.
My
You know,
sunnies.
What do you look like without your sunglasses on?
Oh wait.
I look like a turnip.
Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. I always get a mark on my nose. Yeah.
All right. There it is.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
All right. I am going to.
Okay. What are you getting?
I don't understand how much they
What do you need? Let me get this one. This size.
Anyways, nice to meet you.
Take care, girl. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, I like so much the brain.
Thank you. Here's the
Yeah. I mean, I think he wants more the frame. No, with the frame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the man will still have the frame.
Yes.
Because it's
Are you
cool.
brothers?
Yeah, we look like.
Older?
No, I'm the older one.
What is it? 3 years? 4 years.
I know. That's the reality.
Right?
I'm gonna stay
You're
young.
a bad guy. Yes, of course. Of course. Of course you are.
Yeah. Can we do like 25 frame down to 60? We can. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Come on.
So nice.
You're not.
But I'm not. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, what do you think?
See, these are already discounted. They're usually $10, right? So, and this would normally be $45.
I mean, I don't know these prices actually. I really like this stuff, really. I really appreciate your work.
I appreciate the question. Yeah.
I'm going to be talking to him again on Thursday.
Okay, so and so I pay for 1, 3. Yeah, so yeah, like a bag or something. Yeah. But you have like a bag or yeah. Thank you, Matt. Everything.
Thank you. Bye. Excellent. All right, today's been a lot of talking. Yes, it is. Okay, so we have 48%. Got some work to do on this baby. There'll probably be more talking because it's just like that today. What we got? What are we doing? Let me get you a good view. Yeah. Boom shakalaka. Boom boom. Okay. Eat it. This just got a whole lot more complicated.
How's it going, man?
How you doing, brother?
Good thing. How much is that blue heart one right there?
The one on the end?
Yeah.
It's with the frame. It's $450.
Without?
I mean, with the what am I saying? With the frame. You're talking about the original, right? Yeah. It's $450.
450. How about this one?
This is $300. So this is the background is clear, and then all the lines and stuff is okay.
That was awesome.
And then the lines are extended out to the edge of the painting.
Awesome, man. I'll be back. Thank you.
This piece here, the second piece you asked about,
Yeah.
it's called Learning to Fly.
I like it. I like the space. Really cool.
Yeah, there's a print of it right here. And, those are only 20, and then there's a large ones at 35.
Okay.
With the plane, and then out of the plane on 15.
Cool. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. This really reminds me of peas in a pod. When I was a kid, not that I'm not one now. In fact, the older I get, the more I realize that there's just kids on this planet. This is the planet of children. There are older children and younger children, but it's all kids in the playground. Even though some of them are really serious. So when I was a kid, I probably told this story before, but my mother decided that I was going to have a garden, a vegetable garden. And she said to me one day, hello, I think I was like 6. She says to me, maybe 6 or 7, she says, David, you're gonna grow a garden. And I was like, oh goody. She says, you're gonna grow tomatoes. I love tomatoes. And radishes. I'm like, oh wonderful. What's a radish? And we had this, the first year we had this little garden that was, you know, it couldn't have been more than 5 feet by 5 feet, if that, in our backyard. And it was half radishes and half tomatoes. And little did I know that my mother had ambitions. So that little garden grew into this huge project that, for several summers was like, I mean, we ate a lot of, I learned a lot from that experience. We eventually, I would say, it was easily probably about 30 feet by, by 10 by 30 ultimately. And we grew tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, peas. We tried watermelon. The soil wasn't right. I don't think we did corn. Lettuce, loose leaf lettuce. And I spent, a fair amount of the summer out there weeding the garden, which seemed like a chore. My favorite part was watering the garden. That was fun, playing with a hose. What are you gonna do? Play with a hose. That's what you're gonna do. But up until that point, up until I did the garden, all I knew about peas was that they came out of a can. These little green things. I kind of liked them, but they were always, a little too mushy and didn't taste like a whole lot, right? And usually the can was peas and carrots, Then when I actually grew the peas, I discovered pea pods, and pea pods are like sweet. I mean, that was my favorite. I think that was my favorite part of the garden was the pea pods. I'd be out there weeding and eating pea pods. That was a really cool thing, was being able to go out in the garden and knack on anything that looked like it needed chewing raw. I learned so much from that experience. I learned that I can grow stuff. I know how to grow food. I think it's, there's something very empowering for us when we realize that we can feed ourselves by tending a garden. And we get we definitely get a deeper appreciation for what comes out of a can.
我不想讨论这个问题。我怕我用凳子，它会打。
Really, really blind. Very simple. Okay, I'm going to the potatoes. So, ready. We got 30%. Hi there.
You've seen these, you go to Home Depot, they have Rust-Oleum paint
Yep,
cans.
that's what I painted my car with.
Oh, yes, I painted mine with a chip. Okay, well, you're way ahead then.
Yeah, not spray paint, but
Oh, the other?
actually I did have a can of Rust-Oleum spray, but most of it was done by hand.
Okay.
What about?
Well, see these guys that they paint their car with primer.
Yeah.
They continue to just touch it up all the time with primer.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed that some of the Rust-Oleum, the one that I use, which is that blue, called Lagoon, it says paint and primer.
Oh, that's good to know.
So it's satin rather than Satan. It's not the Satan, that's red. But I just got in my brain, like I could, instead of putting clear over that, which I might do someday, but I can just keep it like it is and always just touch it up.
Yeah, why not?
It's undetectable. So I don't know.
You have permission. No problem. Anytime.
I sprayed my car in a parking structure. There's no wind. 24-hour fitness is the most beach.
Do they have a pool? Do they have a pool?
No, I didn't want to. I've only been 3 times second time? Third time, I was going to keep it, and then Scott was like, oh, I have it, okay. Yep.
Hello.
Hi.
Got the double high.
Yes, Daryl.
Bleep, 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 bleep. So exciting, isn't it? Kind of like watching paint dry. Okay, that's not the first time I've ever said that. But it is a meditation.
Oh, too long, baby.
I just want to say, I love how this stuff comes to me, you know? How an idea just pops in and says, do me! And often it's not just one idea, it's a whole series. And in a way, it's like you're the car and somebody's driving you towards the completion of an idea. It's wonderful. Because as the creator, that's all you get. You know, there's the finished product having a life of its own, but that's the process that you get. And what is it teaching you? What do you learn from it? It certainly gives me more of an appreciation for what other people create when I create myself. Like when I went to the Getty a couple of years ago, it's the only time I've ever been there. I took a day off and went to the Getty Museum. And I got there kind of late before closing, so I kind of rushed around to see what there was to see. And they have Van Gogh's irises there. And the painting is about as big as this board, you know, turned up. This is landscape, it's turned portrait. And you can walk up to it like this close. And it's friggin' amazing. You know, it's one thing to see it as a postcard or a poster or something like that somewhere, but it's a World War II fighter plane. But it's another thing to stand in front of a painting that somebody like Van Gogh stood in front of while he was creating it. It's amazing. And the painting itself, the composition, execution, it's amazing. It's alive. It's alive. I would like to paint bigger, but where am I going to put it? Another place to store it. Yes.
Hey, Tom. That's day, huh? You take the rest of the day off.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Sure, when the universe wants that to happen.
Working on 5 minutes or so.
Please.
Things out, then just take this.
It will reveal itself. I would love for there to be a place here at the beach on the boardwalk. I always thought about that. The blue house over there would be an ideal. It reminds me of the Cape. It's like, beach house you'd see at the Cape. And I once rented a house like that on the Cape for the summer with like 13 other people. That was cool. In Falmouth. We had the house came with a football field sized backyard, and it had its own little pond, and you canoed across the pond, and it had its own beach on Vineyard Sound. So you're looking out at it had this bathtub on the second floor that if you're sitting in the bathtub and you just look straight ahead, you're looking out at Martha's Vineyard. It was like, that was definitely one of my favorite parts of the house. Yeah, it was cool. And it was like a 100-year-old house, and it had a porch on the side, not a porch. What am I saying? It had like an arch on the side that if you brought a coach up to the underneath this arch, you could get into the house out of the rain. That was cool. We rented that house, I think it was for $5,000 for the summer. And it was, let's see, well, we had 14 people, and there was a barn that had 2 people in there as well. So the house took 12 people, and that was like, everybody paid, I think, $700, something like that. And I think I got to do it for free, or I had like reduced because I was the one that organized it. That was way cool. So we got 9%. You get the general idea. You see where this is going. I'm gonna I'll post when I finish it. I'll post it on Facebook, and I'm sure I'm gonna get to it today because there's less than an hour or something like that. Yeah.
This is amazing.
Thank you. I was going for amazing.
What's the biggest one you have?
The
largest
canvas I have at the moment is 10 feet by, I'm guessing, 30 feet.
Is it with you?
Oh no, it's in storage.
It's the largest one with you.
What you see? This one here, I guess. So we'll pick that up tomorrow, and we love you.